Hello everyone, welcome to Red 5 Standing By. I'm Andrew, and with episode 9 in the middle of production as we speak, there are many questions surrounding the final chapter of the Skywalker story. How will J.J. Abrams close out the saga? Will he retcon what Johnson did in The Last Jedi, or will Kylo Ren have an apprentice or turn back from the dark side? All good questions, but what I want to talk about today is Rey building a new Jedi Order. As we all know, the task now falls to her since Luke has become one with the Force. Even though if he returns as a Force ghost in the next episode, it's unclear as to the amount of influence he will have on the training of new Jedi. Given what happened in episode 8 though, I could have seen Leia being involved, but with the unfortunate passing of Carrie Fisher, that's no longer possible. Now we know that Rey has the original Jedi text, so there can be a number of things that we see in the next movie. Given the passage of time between the films, she could have a number of students. But I think it would be interesting to see her take on the lessons that she learned from Luke about the hubris of the old Jedi Order and the natural balance in the Force to establish a Jedi rule of two. For those who don't know, the Rule of Two was a Sith philosophy stating that only two Sith Lords can exist at any given time, a master to embody the power of the dark side and an apprentice to crave it. This rule was created by Darth Bane, who recognized that it was Sith greed and infighting that led to their destruction. So how would Rey benefit from associating this rule with the Jedi? Well, one of the major themes I felt Rian Johnson was exploring in The Last Jedi was the idea of true balance in the Force. The light cannot exist without the dark, and we hear both Luke and Snoke speak of this in the film.
It's not about lifting rocks. It's the energy between all things, a tension, a balance that binds the universe together.
Darkness rises and light to meet it. I warned my young apprentice that as he grew stronger, his equal in the light would rise.
What I gather from this is that no matter who comes out on top of the struggle between the light and the dark, the Force will always balance the scales in the end. Sidious was the balance to the Jedi, Anakin's redemption was the balance to Sidious, and of course Rey is the balance to Kylo Ren. This is explored further in the novelization of episode 8. In Luke's second lesson to Rey, he explains that there was balance for many years as he had not trained any apprentices until he took on Ben Solo.
I took him and a dozen students and began the training temple.
And we all know how that turned out. Now Rey could just not train anyone, but it's already been established that she wants to see the Jedi return. But as we've seen before, the stronger the light becomes, a powerful darkness will rise to meet it. So a simple solution would be to limit the number of Jedi in the galaxy to a teacher and a student. I think this will keep the conflict between Force users to a small group rather than two large factions waging war against each other. I also think this would be a great opportunity for Luke to pass on what he learned from Yoda in my favorite scene from The Last Jedi.
Pass on what you have learned. Strength, mastery, but weakness, folly, failure also. Yes, failure most of all. The greatest teacher, failure is.
Luke failed to learn from the mistakes from the Jedi Order that came before him, and history ended up repeating itself as it often does. He can warn Rey not to make those same mistakes and to maintain the balance, assuming she deals with Ren at the end of episode 9. So those are my thoughts, but I want to know what you think. Could Rey implement a rule of two for the new Jedi to maintain balance in the Force? Let me know in the comment section below. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe as I'll be talking anything and everything Star Wars, and I would love for you to stay up to date on all of those videos. Thanks as always for watching, and may the Force be with you.